when, just for the information of some, when you have the 25th the 25th Amendment invoked, that would be calling upon the Vice President, as we hope to do, to take the lead, and with a majority of the cabinet, to be able to unseat the President of the United States. A very dangerous person who should not continue in office. This is urgent. This is emergency of the highest magnitude. So you're Pompeo, the Secretary of State. Do you stand by this president dangerously staying in office? Secretary of the Treasury, Mnuchin. What is it? Is it about success in business later, or is it, do you believe in this? Do we have the list? I know it because I know it. Then the way it goes is Saint Dapiakalhu. That's a mnemonic. Secretary of State,
hey,
Secretary
everybody.
of Treasury, Secretary
We're
of
going to
Defense,
watch Nancy Pelosi
the acting Secretary
get all
of Defense.
this together, and then we're going to do the
authority
reading.
he may
Okay?
have.
So let's watch Nancy.
But he certainly has to answer
clock
for
the tea.
where the National Guard was yesterday. Secretary
Make
of,
sure you guys like the
then
video, by
Attorney
the way.
General, Attorney General Barr. Do you
She's so ghetto.
subscribe to the presidency of Donald Trump after the act of sedition he committed
No.
yesterday?
No. Hi, Ivan.
Watching Nancy Pelosi, obviously on the left, news
How you guys
conference at the
doing?
Capitol. Also on the right, Chuck Schumer, current minority leader, soon to be majority leader of the Senate, also meeting reporters, are essentially making the same argument that members of the Trump cabinet should now begin to move to invoke the provision of the 25th Amendment that would allow the removal of President Trump from office.
Have y'all seen the girl that was sprayed?
Let's
No,
go
I
back
haven't
to
seen her.
the Pelosi news conference, however, and we'll keep you up
What
to date.
happened?
as we go
First
along.
branch of government. Rosen, we spoke to yesterday. Why would he not? Why would he not, as the acting AG, say this is wrong? There are some courageous Republicans who are speaking out. I salute Secretary of Defense Bill Cohen and others defense secretaries who've signed the letter, even before yesterday, about what is going on in the White House and how that is not a good thing for our country.
Preach.
And the message that it sent to the world. A complete tool of Putin, this president is. Putin's goal was to diminish the role of the view of democracy in the world. That's what he has been about.
You better tell it.
Again, his enabler has been Donald Trump for a long time. That's why I said in that photo when I'm leaving his meeting with you, Mr. President, all roads lead to Putin. Putin wants to undermine democracy. That's what he's about, domestically and internationally. And the president gave him the biggest of all of his many gifts to Putin, the biggest gift yesterday. My friends, we are in a very difficult place in our country as long as Donald Trump still sits in the White House.
You said you may be forced to pursue impeachment. Under what circumstances would you do that, and how long would you give this 25th Amendment process to play out before going down that road?
Well, it's a simple matter. In terms of the Constitution, the Vice President, working with the cabinet, more than 50% of the cabinet, can immediately improve the security of our country. That doesn't happen. Jamie Raskin has passed legislation that enables another step in the 25th Amendment process. The 25th Amendment process is when it is determined that the president is unfit for whatever reason to be president of the United States, in case some people don't know what that is.
I want to know. Nancy, tell
And he clearly has indicated that over and over again. And by inciting sedition, as he did yesterday, he must be removed from office. Okay. While it's only 13 days
There's more
left,
to the story, though, I feel like.
any day
What's the real reason,
can be a
Nancy?
horror show for
Let's get
America.
back to it.
So the next step would be that Congress, and this can be done quickly, can establish a commission very fast of maybe former presidents, cabinet people who know something about health, the health of the president and the rest, and that group can make its recommendations to the Congress. The list goes on. Having said that, if that the best route, the most immediate route, would be the vice president to recognize the danger of the Donald Trump presidency and take this action. A. B. My members are very much interested, as are my phone is exploding with impeach. But president must be held accountable again. He likes.
How do you have enough time for
Madam Speaker,
We would be prepared to do that, but I don't have immediate plans because we haven't even been to sleep since the folly of the Republicans deciding we should go until 4 o'clock in the morning for no purpose whatsoever, except
You can tell she's irritated.
the enablers of the president's sedition by undermining the elections.
She probably had
Imagine
no
that, the
sleep.
president of the United States undermining the elections in our country. So in any event, we would be prepared.
How long are you willing to give Pence? 24 hours, 48 hours?
just a realistic
I don't know how
timeline.
quickly he might respond. We'll see.
You didn't get your stimulus? I got my stimulus
The
like
clock is clearly ticking.
2
It's
days ago.
13 days.
That's right.
How long are you willing to give the cabinet and Pence until they make
Well,
a
I
decision
think
before
that they
you
will.
start your own procedure?
I don't think that it'll take long to get an answer from the vice president. It'll be yes or it'll be no.
Hey, everybody.
And we'll see. But we want to make sure.
Today? Do you expect an answer today?
We would hope. But Mr. Schumer, the new majority leader of the Senate, and I have made our interest in this known. So we'll see what they come back with. But they have to answer for it. And in answering for whether they're prepared to do that, they are answering for the behavior of Donald Trump.
You go straight to the floor next week?
Speaker Nancy Pelosi in a news conference addressing this idea of and saying that essentially she is one of those putting pressure on members of the Trump cabinet to invoke the segment of the 25th Amendment that would allow for the removal of the president. If not that, she's talking about another impeachment. Same conversation, similar questions going on right now with Chuck Schumer, the soon-to-be majority leader of the U.S. Senate. We want to take you there and listen to some of that now.
I know that they are taking very serious measures with the inauguration, and I do know that there's not going to be a lot of crowds near the inauguration. But they better look at what happened yesterday and look at the inauguration with give it a double, triple.
What was the shortcoming in their intelligence that they
Why did they do
provided?
that?
It goes to the Department of Defense. How long did it take for them to respond or anticipate the need for the National Guard? It goes to many other elements of the executive branch, and I think we have to have a full review. But from the standpoint of, well, let me just say this. Many of our Capitol Police just acted so bravely and so with such concern for the staff, for the members, for the Capitol of the United States. Many of them, and
And
they
I'm
deserve
from D.C.,
our
sis.
gratitude. But there was a failure of leadership at the top of the Capitol Police, and I think Mr. Sund, he hasn't even called us since this happened. So I had made aware that I would be saying that we're calling for his resignation. Now, in that score, getting back to what was underestimated, that the President of the United States would not be as insightful. Perhaps somebody thought for a moment that he would be patriotic before he leaves office for just this once. So, again, the fact that these people were incited. And you know what? Last night, I don't know if you heard on the floor, but some of the Republicans and their enabling of the president's bad behavior have said those were not Trumpites. There were Antifa invading the Capitol, disguised as Trumpites. Right. So we have a problem here with the enabling that is going on with the Republicans in the Congress as well. And undermining the election, again, enabling the president. And if they don't recognize what yesterday was, a threshold was crossed of such magnitude that there is no way that this president should be allowed to make any decision to rouse any troops
ever
of his Trumpites what's next? What happens today? Who knows? But what we do know, that he must be contained. Any other questions? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
McConnell about this? Are you supposed to Mitch McConnell about impeachment?
So I wanted to ask, for the inauguration, what are your plans? How are those changing, and how do you plan to keep members and people in the Capitol secure at that time?
Well, I'll go back to my original point. We have 13 days more of Donald Trump to deal with, who is a danger to our country. So when we talk about the inauguration, that is a national security event. And that rises to a different level of security protection. We want
probably going to be private
every day at the Capitol to be deemed a national security event, so that there's no, well, I didn't know, and blah, blah, blah. That highest level of concern, intelligence seeking, redundancy if necessary, to protect. We've been working a long time on the inauguration, and just in terms of coronavirus, another shortcoming of the president, people have died because of his denial, distortion, and the rest, calling it a hoax. This man is deadly to our democracy and to our people. But get to your point, so because of coronavirus, in our meetings on the intelligence, on the inauguration, as far as we have jurisdiction in the Congress, but then it becomes the purview of the presidential now designee, Joe Biden. But to the point that we have that, the decision was encouraged to just have a very small inauguration.
Yep, told you.
I don't know what is in the public domain on it, but I'm not going to put that out there,
It's
except that
private.
it would be very small, and hopefully have a celebration at some later time when we're not coronavirus sensitive. Now, on top of that, to see what happened yesterday, if there's any, I don't want to use the word benefit because there's nothing could justify, but if there's anything learned about it is that we have to be very, very careful, because these people and their leader, Donald Trump, do not care about the security of people. They don't care about our democracy. They don't care about the peaceful transfer of power. Something is very, very wrong here. Now, let me just say one more thing about what he did yesterday and relating to other national security events. People saw throughout the world something that looked like it was out of a banana republic or some other kind, where the president of the country turned on the people. Turned on the people. And what was sad about it is, of course, as members of Congress, we sign up. We sign up for the exposure that we have. But to see in the eyes of so many of the staff people, especially the younger ones, the trauma, the fright that it was for them to be locked into rooms with terrorists banging on the doors, hiding under desks, under tables, and the rest of that. They didn't sign up for that. We didn't sign them up for that. A blessing to be interested in public service, to learn from it here, perhaps to go on into public service, but to carry that important value into whatever they do in life. But to meet with them and to see how frightened they were, how traumatized they were, because these thugs, these Trump thugs, decided that they would desecrate the Capitol with no thought of what harm they might do physically, psychologically, or in any other way. And they will be prosecuted.
Yes.
And they will be prosecuted. Justice will be done. So in terms of the inauguration, I don't know if it could be made any smaller, but I don't trust whatever the president might have in mind, because I do not trust, because I think he's a very dangerous man. So again, we'll review what our options are in terms of the 25th Amendment, review what our options are. If he wants to be unique and be doubly impeached, that's kind of up to him and his cabinet as to whether he should stay in office. Impeached, defeated, impeached, gone. And it's really a sad tragedy for our country. I say I pray for the president every day, and I do. Last night was the hardest day for me. Night, like 5 o'clock in the morning when I finally got home, as I was praying at night, you got to keep praying for me. You've got to keep praying for me. Maybe,
exactly, RD.
Maybe there's some hope. But we can't take that chance, because people's lives are at stake, as well as our democracy. That's it for now. Thank you.
And Speaker,
Okay, Nancy, drop the mic.
Do you want him to come?
Okay. I like her outfit. I wonder who made it.
The follow-up was, are you going to bring your members back and vote on this? And she said,
All right, you guys.
So that was the...
That's the end of that. So we just heard Nancy talk about Trump and this whole situation. Now we got to read on it, honey. That was some tea. Who would have thought it would end like this? But I told y'all, I predicted all this probably from the beginning. So it's going to be quite interesting for a lot of you to go back and look at all my Trump videos from all these years and see just how much came to pass. Let me know, because I'm not going to be looking at them, but I know you will. So people raided the U.S. Capitol, and it's caused a whole mess. And let's see what's in store. What's next? Let's go ahead and cleanse the energies. I will be pulling a card. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this space from any past readings. Thank you for opening up the channel so that I can get a good reading on the U.S. Capitol Hill situation, along with anything else that wants to come out. President Trump, Nancy Pelosi, Mike Pence, whatever you want to tell us, God, let it come through. Thank you for also cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck from any past reading. In Jesus' name I pray and thank you. Amen, amen, and amen. I am enjoying this way more than I should. I know, right? Let's see. The first thing I'm hearing is quarantined. So do you guys remember I told you a while ago how I think Biden may not necessarily do his, or there may be something with the White House where like he can't do his term in the White House? I think this is that situation, all right, that's come to pass, because I think a lot of these people that went to the Capitol Hill building, some of them traveled from different areas and different places, and I hear something about quarantined. So I think these people came in and infiltrated the White House and has now caused people in the White House who didn't expect this to happen, such as Nancy Pelosi and everyone else, to quarantine to maybe get COVID. It's thrown everything in a whirlwind. Really. It's not just the fact that they trashed the White House. It's also they potentially brought in COVID. They may have potentially things may have been stolen or broken. Things may have been stolen. I don't know why the live video just paused, but things 90. Oh, someone called me. Oh, dang. I have to message him back. I was like, Instagram, are you shading me right now? Because I'm talking about the situation, but someone called me. I got an iPhone. I just upgraded my iPhones, or I just upgraded my phones to an iPhone, so I'm still trying to figure out how this works. But anyway, right now it's the iPhone 12 I'm on. I have 2 iPhones, one personal and one business. But anyway, for my clients. But that's what I see. They potentially brought in COVID. May have been things that may have been stolen. Things have been broken. I do feel like things have been stolen. I feel and just really random weird things. Obviously, I saw someone stole a podium. There's also documents may have been stolen. And people's personal items may have been stolen. I feel like some of these stuff may turn up on eBay or something like that, or something along those lines, either this year or down the line. All right. But I feel like a large part of these people are going to be prosecuted. It's like a large part of them thinks they got off scot-free, but there are cameras in the White House, all over the White House. So most likely they have a lot of faces of a lot of these people, and I feel like it's almost like these people are going to be stalked. A lot of these people who went to the White House and trashed the Capitol Hill building, if you're watching this video now, you're probably being stalked by like the FBI, the CIA, or will be down the line, to be honest with you. Because once again, it's bigger. It's not just, oh, we're fighting for Trump. You went into the White House where you're not even allowed to be in there. Only cleared people are allowed to be in there. So now you may have access to certain information and you may become a threat, possibly. Right? So you're being stalked by the FBI, the CIA. Good luck with that. Evelyn says, hi, Lamarr. It looked like an inside job. Trump ordered them to go to the Capitol and the rally, and Capitol cops let them in. That's what I'm thinking. It kind of, and this may be a little bit conspiracy theorist, all right? You know, everyone has a different opinion of 9/11. It feels kind of 9/11 to me. How everyone keeps saying 9/11 was an inside job. This feels similar to that event to me for some reason. Like, whether that means 9/11 was also an inside job, or if there's something about this event being on the same caliber of 9/11, obviously not the same, but people did die in 9/11. People died in this event too, you know, so it kind of makes sense to me. All right, let's see what else we get. So, yeah, I don't know. And I've told you guys this before, that Trump is using his people. Trump is using the Trumpsters for his benefit. So it's like you all basically sacrifice yourselves for Trump, and he's not going to give an F about you all. Like, if you ask him for a pardon, he's not going to be able to pardon you because he's not in office anymore. So that was a really dumb move, whether or not you were going. Because I feel like it's a mix of energy. It's a mix of, yes, some people most likely, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Yes, some people were allegedly hired to march with Trump and blah, blah, blah. But also I think some people were not hired and just traveled or came on board and decided to take time out of their day and, you know, cause havoc, basically, for Trump. So it wasn't really smart on anyone's move. And it also feels very like the Joker to me. Can we contact you somehow to get Capricorn advice? LamarrTownsendTarot.com is my website. And which is funny because a lot of you have been coming to me, a lot of clients have been coming to me about Capricorns lately. That's funny. I'm going to put it in the Instagram chat. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is an Instagram live. You should definitely, because I'll post this on YouTube later. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, Lamarr Townsend Tarot. Also, if you want a reading, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I am a psychic and energy channeler, a tarot reader, and an astrologer. Okay. So there's where you go to get a reading from me. I am available for readings today as well, by the way. So, okay. So it feels very the Joker to me. You know how like at the end of what was that movie with Heath Ledger? The Batman movie with Heath Ledger that came out when I was in high school. I know you guys know what it's called. I don't remember. But it's like, do you guys remember at the end of that movie where the Joker just pretty much like just wreaked havoc on everything? He burned down the hospital and he was blowing things up, and like it feels very like that and Harley Quinn to me. Like, he obviously was, like, he wanted to leave out with a bang, but it was also, it's very much, if I'm not going to get my way, then I'm going to cause hell all up and through here. Like, that's what Trump, you know, y'all call Nancy ghetto. Someone called Nancy ghetto in the chat. I'm getting the energy. Trump is ghetto. Trump is ghetto. This is very ghetto. The way Trump handled this situation is very, very ghetto, to be honest with you. So, just saying. But anyway... Hey, I'm on a Nicole Boutique, by the way. So that's what I see about that. Why do I feel like Trump may like be held responsible for paying all the damage back or something like that, though? Or they may try and hold him responsible. Like, you did this, you incited this, now you have to somehow pay and getting everything fixed. I love your hair. Thank you. Trico from Queens. He's ghetto. Oh, Trump's from Queens? Really? Yes, Lamarr, so on point. Thank you. Yes, scorched earth policy, destroying everything in his path as he goes down. Exactly. That's what I pick up. Excuse me. So, and I just don't think the White House can be lived in. I really think the White House is going to have to be quarantined and cleaned. And I mean, I don't know if I can trust the White House. There's something where I feel like, I don't know. I feel like this was planned in some way, but also I think certain things were planted in the White House. So I don't think it would be, but I think they already know this. I don't know. I don't think Biden is going to, I don't think things are going to be done in the White House. I think it's almost like the White House, but Washington, D.C. needs a whole makeover. So there may be something about Washington, D.C. over this period of Biden where you may see Washington, D.C. change in some way. I'm not sure. And I live in D.C. I live in the DMV area. So shout out to DMV, specifically VA, 2 up, 2 down. Okay? If you know what I'm talking about, hit the like button. Yeah, unfortunately, he is from Queens. Ooh. Well, at least he's not from Brooklyn because my family's from Brooklyn. Sorry, Queens. Yesterday was like a bad dream for people died. Very sad. It's very sad. The devil lives in D.C. Are you talking about Trump? Or the actual, that's what I see about Trump. I hear sequestered. But he's very he's very angry, but he's also instigating. He's just an instigator right now. It's just Trump tried to be civil, he tried to be peaceful, but now it's I'm not going down without a fight. That's the energy I get from his, hey everybody, that's the energy I get from Trump's energy. I'm not going down without a fight. Kind of bipolar. Is he bipolar? I kind of get bipolar energy, to be honest with you, from Trump. And I'm wondering, I'm seeing something about medicine. I'm wondering if this was an orchestrated event on many different levels. Not only did Trump orchestrate something, I feel like maybe other people orchestrated something concerning Trump. I don't know why I'm seeing medicine and his medicine being tampered with. Possibly, allegedly, by the way. This is all alleged for entertainment purposes only, okay? But I see medicine being tampered with, dosages being higher. So, maybe he would go a little crazy, allegedly. Something like that. Whether this is something he did or does allegedly himself, or someone is doing it towards him. He's gonna kind of go more crazy somehow. He's gonna act out more, but they're gonna keep him contained. I feel like once they get him out of office, they're gonna keep him contained, but he's gonna act a little crazy. I think it has something to do with him not having the power he has anymore. 2 pipe bombs were found. Some people were armed and they were planning to take people hostage. Really? I don't know why I get they may have been purposely trying to also spread coronavirus, allegedly. Oh, I said it. I didn't mean to say it. They may have allegedly been trying to spread the virus in the White House. Allegedly. This is, RD says, this is why I love you. On top of being on point, you're always keeping it 100. Yes, that's my job. I always tell y'all. He was stealing money. Oh, my Lord. Well, yeah, I don't know, because I see him surrounded by, like, it's interesting. So the image I get, this is really weird, but the image I keep seeing is Trump. You know how he is when he's mad. His face gets all ruffled up and ugly, and he's, like, pointing and yelling. And I just see, like, armed, it seems like SWAT. It's not, like, just police officers. These are SWAT dudes. Like, they're dressed in all black, and they got guns. And they're just kind of looking at him like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, something like that. Like, that's what I'm seeing. So, hi, Nora. I haven't seen you in a while. But there's, like, something like that. Like, what are you talking about, dude? So it's like he's gonna be contained, but there's something about him going crazy, you guys. Seriously. Like, he's going a little crazy. I think it has something to do with his medicine. They may be tampering with his medicine or something like that. I don't know. Like, there's something where someone did something to Trump to make him this way, to make him go a little crazy. And it was all a ploy to get him out of office. Allegedly. Remember. Okay? But, you know. But that's what I get. Like, someone allegedly tampered with his medicine and made him crazy. Period. I'm sticking to that. But anyway. I keep hearing sequestered when it comes to Trump. I do see him in handcuffs. This could be a metaphor. I see him being dragged in handcuffs, but I keep hearing sequestered. So it's like he could be arrested, maybe, but it's not in the sense that we think. Like, you know, he could be arrested, but he may still be, I don't know, living a normal life. Maybe not in what is it called again? Maximum federal prison or something like that. You get what I mean. He may not be in that yet at first, but there's something where I think they also want to get more out of him before they really, like, get rid of Trump, whatever that means, whether they put him in jail or whatever. But they want to get more information out of him. So they may sequester him, think he's going to live a normal life, and then, like, you know, just to get information out of him or something like that, and then really get him. Pence looked like he was fed up with him. He unfollowed him on Twitter. Good for Pence. I told y'all that, though. I don't think Pence and Trump were, like, that close. I told y'all that a while ago. In one of my Trump videos, I think. Or maybe Biden. I don't remember. But that's what I see about Trump. So will he be arrested? I see him in handcuffs. That could be a metaphor, but either way, handcuffs mean arrested. Period. So I'm going to say yes. But I also hear sequestered. So I don't know what that means exactly, but I get the energy where sequestered to me means you just, like, hidden away from society or kind of, you know, sequestered in your own area. So there's something like that going on. Some of y'all keep asking about the children. They're gonna get it too. I do see the same black SWAT team looking people kind of invading Ivanka. And what's his name? Her husband, Trump Jr. Like, they're all gonna get it. The only one, I think I've said this before, the only one that may be left standing untouched, maybe, what's her name, Melania? But she may know something too. She may get in some sort of trouble, but it feels like a slap on the wrist, a slap on the hand. And Tiffany, maybe. The other daughter. They want info on Russia and China and North Korea he was friends with all of. Exactly. His evil Gemini side is prevailing, right? So it's like, it's not over, but this era is over, if that makes sense. Of Trump, this era of Trump is over. Period. Sorry, MAGAs, but this era of Trump is officially over, but it's not over for Trump, necessarily. Like, there's still more for him to go through concerning this. So for Trump, it's just starting. But the era of Trump for America is over. So that's what I say about that. So I don't know. What do you guys want to know? Let's pull some cards. Let's pull a card and see what message Spirit wants for us. Let's see. What message? Oh, a card fell out already. Let's see. The High Priestess. The High Priestess. This is interesting. The High Priestess. The High Priestess for me is divine femininity. Always. All right. So I've always said, or it's always been said somehow, that a woman may take Trump down. All right. This, I think, is Nancy Pelosi. But why do I also get that this could be Melania? And it's interesting because the High Priestess is holding something, and I'm looking to see what it says, but all I can pick out is the T and O and R. But you know what that could mean to me? That could mean what the High Priestess is holding in this picture could be like something, some religious text, or it could be like the Constitution or something like that, to be honest. Nancy, you see what she's holding? Like, it looks like she's holding some sort of religious text or like Constitution. And then the moon sign there at the bottom, the moon. Something may be done at night. It may be done at night, overnight. Something along those lines with the moon there. A decision may be made at night, maybe. But you know what is interesting to me about the High Priestess card is always the B and J, like, pillars right beside her. I always try and, like, I'm always, like, you know, just Biden. B for Biden. What would the other one be, though? J. So Biden's just involved in this in some way, but who would the J be? Because this is Nancy, right? This is Biden. But I don't know who this is. J. It's not Kamala Harris because she doesn't have a J in her name. I don't know. But there's a J here. There's 3 people here who were involved in the Trump situation. One woman's in the forefront. Joe Biden. Okay, I can see that. But it's 3 people, I feel like. So one is Nancy. I'm going to say the other is Biden or someone connected to Biden. It's interesting, though, because the B is black, so that, I don't know why, to me, that could mean it could be someone ethnic, though. I don't know. But anyway, and then I get the J. So Mona Nicole says justice. It could be justice, maybe, like the justice system. I don't know. I hear you're fired, though, so Trump's going to be fired. He's going to be impeached. He's going to be, you know, out of here, you guys. But there's something about religious and law, because I'm also noticing, look at the High Priestess, like she's holding some text here, but then she also is wearing like this, what is this? Not the peace sign, but the cross. She's wearing a cross. Didn't Nancy say she prayed? She said something about praying. Nancy. Barack. Oh my God, what if this is Nancy, this is Barack, because black ethnic, and then what if this is Joe? 3 people, 1 woman stands in the forefront, though. This could mean that 3 people, though, may be involved moving forward in the next presidency somehow, some way. 3 different, like, people, something like that, or I don't know, but Nancy is important here. Nancy really is the star of this show, honey. Nancy, you know, Nancy really played her part. Like, I like Nancy a lot, you guys. I like Nancy a lot, honey. Wow, Nancy. Nancy really, like, orchestrated some shit, I feel like, and got us to where we are now, basically. But she did have help with 2 other people. I'm not sure who these 2 people are. I do get the energy of Joe Biden, but I could see Barack Obama as well. But I don't know. I do get, like, you know, just, you know, the High Priestess is just divine feminine energy to me. What else could this mean? There's something else here, though. It's interesting, though, because there's a 2 here. All right, the 2 right up top here. The 2s deal with emotions. The moon, emotional reactions, emotional instincts, which it was a very emotional event that we just experienced, all right, at the Capitol Hill building. This is Nancy, period. This is Nancy. And Nancy orchestrated all of this, okay? Along with Joe Biden and someone else, or someone connected to Biden. I think Barack Obama may be involved in this too, to be honest with you guys. And they may not bring charges against Trump right away, but there's like a list of charges that he breached, not only last night or yesterday, but during the tenure of his entire like presidency. And Nancy has a whole record of it. Nancy like keeps records. And she's smart, she's crafty. She must be an air sign maybe, or something, or an earth sign maybe, a mix of the two. She's smart, she's crafty, and she has some sort of records on Trump. I feel like Nancy could end up testifying against Trump. And there could be other women here too, as well. Because I just picked up the energy of Omarosa. So, I don't know. Y'all think Nancy's staying alone? Nancy's strong on her own, but she does not stand alone. There's two shadow figures behind her. I'm sticking to that. That's it, you guys. That's all I have for you. All right. Isn't Obama facing charges himself? Oh, I don't know. Please see why some of us don't have our checks yet, beautiful. I'm not sure. I mean, everyone's probably getting it differently. You may need, everyone has different stipulations. So you'll have to check with the IRS or something like that, or your bank. Everyone is different, all right? But I got mine already, so I know people are getting it. So, maybe we'll get into that later, all right? All right, you guys, I love you. I have to go run some errands, get cat food and stuff like that. And I have some personal readings to do, actually. All right, you guys, this was crazy, but stay safe. Do your protection candles. LamarrTownsendTarot.com if you want a candle for me. Protection, open roads, all right? And I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Love and light, God bless, and no stress.